Doesn't appear to be anybody in here, and that's okay. Just walking the streets of Dongguan, bright and early, before the sun comes up. There's a bit of a wind, which is nice for me, not so nice for you, if somebody comes in. Not many people out on the streets yet. I've been out here for a while already because I wanted to go somewhere that I haven't been before. It's always more exciting to do that, right? You never know what you're gonna see. Somebody just popped in, I think. Thanks for stopping by. We're walking the streets of Dongguan, Guangdong province. Not a first-tier city. Oh, gone. Don't know if I need to keep talking if nobody's in here. Guess that's nobody would know if I keep talking whether somebody's in here or not. If somebody sees me on the street talking to myself, and that's okay. 4:30 in the morning, we're walking the streets of Dongguan raw. As Frank the Tank would say, we're raw dogging it. I do have clothes on though. So whoever just popped in, thanks for popping in. Just out for a 4:30 in the morning walk like I do every day. It's actually late. I've been out on the street. I had to walk for a while to get to somewhere that I haven't been before. Gone again. So I think I've had 2 visitors and both left, so this must be boring. Maybe I'll get to something somewhere. It's a little more exciting for people if someone stops in and they'll hold their attention. Or maybe nobody cares about the streets of Dongguan at 4:30 in the morning. So, hoping I can find my way back later, because I've come to an area that I don't know. Haven't walked in this area before. Looks pretty nice. Pretty nice area. 4:30 in the morning. It's pretty warm outside here in Dongguan. I think it must be maybe 29, 30 degrees Celsius, but there is a breeze. Which, if you're the guy that's walking, who's like me, it's kind of nice to have a little breeze. So yeah, I don't really know where I am. I know what city it is. And I've tried to take note of a few different stores and whatnot that I could be able to make my way back. I'm wondering if I should have went through that tunnel. This all looks pretty new, all this stuff. So 4:30 in the morning. I've been out here since a little bit before 4, but I walked, I don't know, a kilometer and a half to get to an area that I hadn't been before, just to make it spice it up a little bit. Maybe I'll see something different or more exciting. Hopefully run into something that keeps your attention. This is 4:30 in the morning in the city of Dongguan, Guangdong province. And I believe I'm walking in the direction of downtown. It looks like a couple of cook type people. They got white shirts on, thinking maybe they're going to start making breakfast. Of course, I'm just guessing that. Don't know. So, hello to whoever's in here with me. Oh, I think I might have put this on the wrong channel. I was going to throw this up on Wujiao. This truck's making a lot of noise. Yeah, hi, Hang Tua. You know, you see those anti-China channels. There's one, I think, China Observer. And I saw a video from them last week that said Dongguan is finished. Dongguan's done. Economy's dead. They used to manufacture, but they don't anymore. Well, I'm not showing you a good example of that right now. I can tell you that I came here yesterday, and normally it takes me, an hour and a half from my home in Shenzhen to get to actually the same hotel I was at a couple of weeks ago. And yesterday it took 2.5 hours because of traffic. A lot of trucks. There's somebody picking up recycling. As you can see, it's pretty nice. Downtown Dongguan. And it looks like everything is brand freaking new. This is actually not downtown. But I believe I am walking in the direction of downtown. Yes, I have an idea for the police video, which if I have an opportunity, I'm going to try it. It's a little bit dirty to be able to get a ride in a police car, but I am thinking of doing that again. You'll forgive me if you post a comment and I miss it, because I'm really just kind of paying attention to where I'm walking. But I appreciate that you're here, and hopefully it's interesting for you to see downtown or near downtown Dongguan. I think it's actually quite a walk from here to the main downtown. And I really didn't know where it was, but I saw it yesterday as I was driving into Dongguan. Saw the buildings lit up. So as you can see, everything seems to be in pretty good condition. I think most of this stuff is all brand new. Hardly any traffic. It's one of the things that I really like about coming out this early. You really don't need to pay attention to the traffic lights. Looks like another recycling person. You know, what are people doing out besides me at 4:30 in the morning? See what's going on here. Oh, looks like we've got 3 people in here. Michael Spiker. Amazing. Well, I'm glad you think that. I think this is becoming more and more typical in China. This is not a first-tier city in Dongguan. Of course, I don't know what tier it is or how they rate that, and who rates that. But I'm guessing first-tier cities would be Tianjin, Shenzhen, Qingdao, maybe Shanghai, Beijing. Motorcycle. Who said there's no motorcycles? And something there I just saw I didn't like. They probably went by too fast for you to see it, but the driver was wearing a helmet and had a girl on the back with no helmet. I think that sucks. Okay, definitely Chongqing. Yeah, probably. I think it's the biggest city, right? I hear people saying that Chongqing is the biggest city. Excuse me. I'm seeing the comments. I'm trying to read them faster than they fade away, but they fade away pretty quick. Got your newspaper. If you want to stop and read the paper, I guess, and you can't afford one. Now, I can cross that bridge, but I'm not sure how long it'll take me. That might be kind of boring. So as you can see, it's pretty quiet out here tonight, or at least in this area of the city. You get into areas with more commerce, you'll probably see people still sitting drinking. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Antoine. Yeah, I'd like to go to an area where there's a little more action. Show you something like that. So maybe I shouldn't cross the bridge. You'll notice I stop from time to time. That's when I see a comment pop up on the screen. I really have to stop to read it. I don't want to go flying. So yeah, I think this bridge is crossing a spillway. I'm going to call it a spillway. Okay, probably too much wind for you going that way. There's really not much here. I have to apologize. I'll make a left at the light. Maybe we'll find something more interesting. I mean, it's nice that it's so quiet and you can just walk anywhere you want, feel safe. But at the same time, it's nice to see activity. Yeah, even that bridge looks pretty new. I mean, look at these roads. Nice area. So I'll make a left up here. See if we can't get into a little bit busier area where we can see a few people. It's always more exciting. Oh, it looks so quiet tonight. Normally, I've just come to the wrong area, I guess. Sorry about that. So you're walking the streets of Dongguan, Guangdong province in mainland China. If you've just joined, I think there's 1 or 2 new people here to make a total of 4, which is just fine. Yeah, I believe that's a spillway, which is, even though some people say there's no drainage in China, these are basically built for typhoons. Let's take a quick look at it. At the spillway. And they generally can hold a hell of a lot more water than they normally do. Okay, this might actually be a river. So, yeah, I think this is just a river. It's not a spillway. The spillways are often almost empty until a typhoon comes, and then they fill up. This one, it doesn't look like it could take that much, maybe a meter or so more of water. Okay, we're gonna go back, get you out of the wind here a little bit, I think up against the buildings. I think I'll still be able to find my way back from here. Yeah, I've picked an area that there's really nothing going on. But maybe you can get a sense for how safe it is to walk the streets here in Dongguan, China. Not a first-tier city. Really don't need to worry. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. Maybe I'll run into a hard time coming up. Gotta be somebody somewhere. Partying, there's a security guard over there. But not much going on. Usually you run into restaurants and bars that are still open and people drinking. Sometimes you'll see them drinking from the night before, still at, I don't know, 8 o'clock in the morning. I wouldn't say that's a particularly good thing, but it is interesting that, you know, it's supposed to be so authoritarian over here that you can do that. I mean, not only can you stay out drinking till the next day without any worries. Where I come from, the bar wouldn't be allowed to do that. I mean, I think in Ontario, Canada, at one point they extended it maybe till 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I think they can get in trouble, lose their liquor license. I don't even know if they need a liquor license over here. I'm not sure how that works. But I know you can go to a 7-Eleven, get hard liquor if you want. And often people are saying, oh, China's so free, you can get a beer and walk on the street. I mean, well, that's true. It's not the only freedom that we enjoy over here. I'd say even a more important one is we have the freedom not to be hassled by the police. I'm going down here because it looks maybe like it'll be more interesting. Wanying Weijia, welcome home, says there. So if you're in China and you go into shops, the first thing you'll hear is Wanying Guangling. It's like welcome to the store, or just welcome. I hear somebody making a noise like a dog. And I don't think it's a dog. Maybe it's somebody partying over here somewhere. Oh, maybe maybe it's a rooster. We're walking down random streets of Dongguan, China. This is a city butts up against Shenzhen, but it's not Shenzhen. There's a world of difference between Guangdong, or Dongguan, sorry. Guangdong is the province. And we're going down random streets looking for some activity. Looks like tonight everybody's quiet and sleeping. A man lift. They're doing construction and refurbishing everywhere in China. Everywhere you look. Okay, so maybe we'll find something or somebody down this street. Let's take a look. This is kind of a mid-sized street. It's not big, it's not small. The girl looks like she's just walking home or maybe going to work, but feeling safe on the streets of Dongguan. 4:30 well, maybe now it's getting closer to 5 o'clock. Yeah, it's just about 5 o'clock almost. Can't get over how quiet it is tonight. On this specific area, I've come to somewhere where there's nothing going on. So I think this video might have gone up on the on my 86 Lawai channel. I intended it to go up on my Wujiao channel because my Wujiao channel could use a little help. It's been a little sparse between videos, and looks like we still got 4 people here. We got 5 likes, which is so cool. See if we run into something up here. I mean, I can understand where some people might find it a little interesting. This guy looks like he's just opening up for the day. I can start making breakfast. Random streets of Dongguan. And here you can see Chinese characters for Dongguan. I love Dongguan. Oh, they just turned off the light. Maybe they saw me coming. Oh, just turned it back on? What the hell? Okay, so there's your Dongguan right there. If you want to know how to write the Chinese characters for Dongguan. Oh, it smells so good here. Sometimes I roll the camera around a little too fast, people tell me. Sorry about that. I think it's this guy here. He's got some good stuff cooking over there. It smells delicious. Of course, I think it's generally the people that go out for breakfast. I don't think they generally go out that early. Which way should I go? Which way should I go? Okay, let's continue this way. I think at this point I am lost. But I'm hoping to run into something a little more interesting. I'm walking down the middle of the street on the random, at this point, looks like back street in the city of Dongguan, 5 o'clock in the morning. And I've come to an area where the people don't party. There are definitely areas that they do party all night. So we got 7 likes. Thank you. Thanks for liking the video. It might help the channel a little bit. I appreciate that you're here. Somebody getting up for the morning. Yeah, this is a back street. On my screen on my phone, which I'm using a phone right now on a gimbal, on my screen, it looks quite a bit brighter than in real life, which is good. I'm hoping you can see something. Look around a little bit. Now there's the garbage. Like, I need to point that out. But the mornings are pretty rough for garbage, usually, almost every day. The worst part of it, this has been going on, and I don't think anybody's trying to address it yet. One complaint I would have for the government here that they could improve, and it's not just here in Dongguan, but Shenzhen's the same. Generally, people will put the garbage, any garbage, into the same bin, okay? And then what you'll get, and we might see one if I stick around here for a few more minutes or so, that you'll see a bin emptied out all over the street. It'll be cleaned up within probably an hour. You might see street cleaners start coming out before I end this video. They're out here bright and early. They clean all that up, but people will empty bins onto the street to look for any recycling. So, all the people that complain that China puts the garbage into the same bin, well, they're right. They do put the garbage into the same bin. But every scrap, every tiny bit of recycling that could be recycled is taken out of the bin, and there's a mess left behind, but there's also somebody paid to clean it up. Yeah, that looks like a closed off area, so I don't think I can go in there. And I actually don't know where I am. Maybe where things are the most fun though, right? Okay. Here we got maybe a recycling person, not a city worker. The city workers all wear uniforms. And I gotta tell you, I gotta hand it to them on the hot days. I mean, these are long sleeve with pants. Okay, it looks like my very limited audience is dropping out. Don't blame you. They picked a boring part of the city today to walk in. Quite dark also, quite a dark area. See if we can run into a few people somewhere. What the heck? I think there might not even be that many areas that you would walk this much and not see anybody. Excuse me. Someone getting ready to go set up a little breakfast stall. It's got a table on there, a bunch of food in the back, a little hot plate or burner. And we got another one. A bunch of eggs on there. Getting ready to go set up somewhere, I would think. I mean, they could be on the way home, but I think they're getting ready to set up. Let's go see if we follow them. Let's see where they go. Bright lights. I think they're set up to be able to capture your license plate. Most areas are like this, where you have to drive in, check your license plate. You can park here all night. Excuse me, but when you leave, you're gonna have to pay for it. Of course, you can do that by WeChat. It's always more convenient to do it by WeChat. Okay, just about down to 0 visitors from what I can see. I don't know if it shows up different on the other end. If you can see how many people looks like are in the video, the live stream. I think this is only like my third or fourth live stream. And one was in Shenzhen, I know that. Did I do one in Dongguan before? Can't remember. And here we got a police station. I'm guessing the door is probably locked. Police motorcycles. I mean, there's probably somebody in there. But I'm not going to bother with it. This time of the day, probably look like a troublemaker. But if I think it was, I can't remember the name of the person that asked earlier if I'm going to continue with the police car, ambulance, fire truck. I did get to get on a police motorcycle and have a policeman film me on his motorcycle. That did happen. But the three original desires that I had was to get in a police car, in a fire truck, and in an ambulance. I do have an idea that I can try to get into a police car, which I'll be trying at the first opportunity. It's kind of one of those, it's like a scheme. It's like a scheme, so I have to wait for the correct opportunity. Okay, not much going on down here, yeah. Sorry, I've really come to a boring area of the city of Dongguan. Wow. So I don't blame anyone for leaving. Not much going on here. Where's that? I don't know if this leads to a closed community. Sometimes you see these gates and it's a closed community. Which, once you go in, you might have to find your way back to the entrance. Where am I? Where am I? Hold on, I'll ask this guy. He's got two girls there, so he's probably not going to talk to me. I don't know if you can see that. I believe I've managed to get back to the Bushing Jie, so I know where this is. I've been here before. Bushing Jie, it's like a walking street. This particular one, cars will come through here just to go to the parking though. There's no throughway here. And we got a couple of girls there. Okay, is this the homeless coming up here? What's going on? Oh, I think it's just drunk people. One girl there that appears to be totally drunk. Yeah, I shouldn't be laughing about that. She seems pretty upset. But her friends are trying to console her. I was thinking it might have been a homeless person, but it turned out it wasn't. Yeah, this is the Bushing Jie. I know where this is. So I'll definitely be able to find my way back home or to my hotel. And considering the fact that I know where this is, if you hung around till now, hang around a couple of more minutes, I think I might find an area where there is a little more activity Got some people here up ahead. Appears to be remodeling a store, who are working at it 24/7 apparently. Might be annoying to their neighbors. They're remodeling a store. Tearing out the old, putting in some new. Got a security guard sitting over here with the flashy shoulder. What is it, snacks? Yeah. See, they're setting up a new store here, getting ready to put the signs up. And it's a new snack store. And typically I find those overpriced. And the snacks, not that much difference. There's probably a husband and wife working together. I just saw somebody yesterday, I think they put a video out saying something about, or was it just a post? Oh, Prime in China. Put something out, it was about inequality in China. I mean, there's a girl working there behind the desk at the hotel, which, I mean, that's not out of the ordinary for anywhere, but I mean, you saw doing that store remodeling, there's a girl working there. I don't know if it's her husband that's with her, but you could come up on a construction site where they're digging manually, and you're gonna see probably equal number of men and women. See that all the time. Okay, bear with me for a couple of more minutes. I think I can at least get you to an area. I'm sweating already. I think I can get us somewhere where there's a few more people hanging out. If you've been here all along, I really appreciate that, but I still appreciate anyone who just even stopped by. Okay, let's go down here where we might find a little more activity. What is it? 39 minutes into the stream, so it's got to be after 5 o'clock already. This area looks like it's a little more lively, I think. Let's see who's out here. 5 o'clock in the morning. What's going on? Okay, that looks like up ahead the first sign of a street cleaner, maybe. Somebody dressed apparently in orange. Yeah, reflector uniform. Okay, before I said long sleeve, it looks like she's wearing short sleeves, but long pants. She's gonna get a little breakfast. I think she actually has to wear long sleeves when she goes to do her jobs. I think she's having breakfast. Some people get breakfast already. I find generally people get breakfast later. But when you see this many places opening this time of the day, there's another restaurant. A little bit of wind here. Nice for me, not for you. Okay. If I walked that way, I would get back to the Buxingjie. There's one table of people drinking there, but two people. Nothing. Yeah, these are all breakfast places. Getting ready for the morning rush. Here on the streets of Dongguan, Guangdong, China. Guangdong. I think when I first heard that, I thought it was a joke. Because when I first moved to China, I came to Dongguan. Came to help a friend with his factory, and liked it so much I stayed. That was like over 13 years ago now. I mean, before the virus, I used to go back to Canada pretty much once a year. But I haven't been back since the virus started. And I don't really have a plan to go back right now. I can get longer visas now, so actually that wasn't really the reason I would go back. You know, when you first move to a place on the other side of the world, you might want to go back home from time to time. In the streets we're walking down randomly here, I do know where this one is though. They seem to be getting smaller and smaller. It's pretty dark down this street as well. Lighting's not that great. But I feel just as safe here as I do on the main street, walking the streets of Dongguan, Guangdong, China. And I'll end this soon, I promise you. I'm gonna, I think if I make a left at the next corner, we may see a table or two of people. Revelers, can you call them? People partying through the night. I think, okay, car creeping through the streets. I can't go left there, but I could go right here. I hear people. Okay, not much going on there. Got a couple of tables of people here. Oh, they're drinking the, it's a kind of a hard liquor, middle. I think it's 25 proof or something, and it tastes like medicine. I think some people drink that to, you know, you feel more like you're not drinking alcohol because it tastes like medicine. And it may be medicinal as well. I think it has some medicinal benefits. Damn it. I don't know the streets as well as I thought I did. Thought I could get a left a while back there, but I can't. It looks like I can just up ahead here. And I've come to an even darker area. I guess I need to pay attention to the screen. Make sure I'm pointing it up. I made a video of a walk here in Dongguan 2 weeks ago. Walking the streets of Dongguan, 4:30 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, or from 3:30 to 4:30, something like that. And I think I had planned some stuff to talk about in that video, and I remembered the stuff to say, but later, back to my hotel room and I'm looking at the video. See if I can post it, see if it's useful looking. And it turned out most of the time I had the camera pointed at the road. That was one video that got wasted. There was a bunch of them recently for the Wu Jiao channel. A bunch of videos that didn't make it. Of course, there's on 86 Lawai, there's often videos that don't make it either. You know, get some harebrained idea. Start searching for material to back it up. Spend hours and hours and then trash it. End up when I have videos that don't make it on the 86 Lawai, it's generally that you know, I'll kind of work at it still until something better comes along, and then it just kind of fades away after that. But in this area, there's normally a few tables of people around here. Okay, looks like there's still a couple of people in here. Across the street here. I mean, it's a nice night out. I can't see why there's not People out partying still. There generally is. I guess if I'm going to run into any trouble, it would be going up near those people, because generally they're drunk, for one thing. I stand out like a sore thumb, being a foreigner. Okay, we got one table up ahead here. They're playing a game. They have a cup with dice in it. I've played it many times. I forget how to play it though. I think you have to have a high roll, or you have to take a drink. And those kind of games, I often wonder, how that works. But these guys got the beer. Hello.
Hello.
You got the beer going still. Everybody wants to say hello. The morning is breaking here in Dongguan. Okay, I got you to one table of revelers still partying. That must be coming up at 5:30. I generally run into quite a few more. And surprisingly, I've never had any trouble. There's areas of Shenzhen where there's restaurant after restaurant that stays open all night. People drinking there. I think you might have seen that in another video of mine, another video or two, that those kind of areas. What do we got here? This looks like all breakfast stuff. This is stuff, deliveries for a grocery store, I'm guessing. Deep fried. Oh, deep fried stuff. I can't have any of that. Cake store or bakery open already. Might be slightly unusual as well. Find the bakeries often open up later. Okay. Take you over to one more store. That was where you saw those guys partying. That was actually just like a confectionery store, 7-Eleven type deal. But they're sitting there all night playing the dice game, dice in a cup. And I don't hear any activity at this store, but generally I've seen people here before at 4:30 in the morning. In Dongguan, you were walking the streets of Dongguan, China, starting at about 4:30 in the morning, and let me see the run time. Okay, we're about 50 minutes in, so it must be about 5:20 in the morning. So I'm going to shut you down. I'm going to sit down here, have a milk tea, and then start heading back. Really appreciate you stopping by. Love the likes. It's so awesome. At this point, I really don't even know what channel I threw this up on. But thanks again for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. How to stop this thing. Forgive me for a second. It's only my maybe third live stream. I'm trying to figure out how to stop it. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Okay.